Hello, I'm Will Forge, and today we will forge. Let's go. So from a distance, I just realized how much this texture gets messed up. Like, oh man, I did not notice that before. It's like good, not good. I don't know what's up with that. That would be a 343 texture wrapping issue, and they definitely fucked up. Anyway, so we've got a building. It's basically finished. I mean, it's not finished. I'm not like saying this is final, but it's close enough that we can walk away for now. We have a grav lift now, an experimental Oni grav lift, not some jet engine you walk into or something like that. We have control terminals that control this grav lift and whatever that is. What is that? And it is a man cannon. Boom. Choom. It's gonna launch you out like that. I haven't finished this back wall yet. It's just as close to finish as I can do it right now because I gotta build a forerunner structure back here. And what I was thinking about doing was taking it so that it's like that thing can launch you into the middle onto what it is. Now what I had in mind, and we're gonna hold on a second so I can bust out regular YouTube so I can actually see people in the chat and stuff like that instead of being in OBS where it doesn't tell me. We're gonna go in here, and here's what I had in mind. Okay, first of all, I want to know if anybody knows how, and I'm gonna have to ask whenever people are in chat because this is right after it starts, you know, right after YouTube, after your video starts. Hey, how's it going? I see someone just came in. Right after a video starts, it's I always just ramble until somebody gets in, and then I start talking to them. But like this is what's been bothering me since launch. Like, how do you use these? I have no idea what. Like I need to like go to somebody's. It's just these three, I guess. I need to like go to somebody's map who's figured out how to like actually put a use to these. Because I don't understand it, to be honest. I really do not understand how they intend for people to use these. You know? It's like, is it literally just like we needed these for our own map, so we made it a thing that you can use in your map, and otherwise it's completely useless to you? Because like, there's, excuse me. There we go. Okay, their snapping points don't even line up. So you'd have to like manually align them. And then like they're weird angles, and I don't even understand why they're weird angles. It's like what are they attempting to accomplish here? I don't know. Like yeah, I don't know. There's a couple of places you can weld this to inside here. And all I can think is that this is supposed to go around the outside of a door frame because none of these pieces actually line up with it. Like, at all. Like, I was thinking that, like, maybe it would be... Oh, let me get that, UI back on. I'm not sure who's here, but it says 2 people are, so... like this. Like... What? Like, it doesn't even mirror. Like, the bottom is smooth. The top is got the lip on it. So, like, I don't know. I have no idea how you're supposed to use this. Obviously, this is the one place where I know it lines up. And, once you get it lined up, it's like, okay, but, like, every single time you use this, it's got to be exactly the same. Is that what you're telling me? Like this doesn't line up over here, obviously. If I turn it around, it doesn't line up. And if I go over here, and I turn it around, maybe this is supposed to go like here, or here, or something. Maybe it's supposed to go like this. No, definitely not the right width. So yeah, Billy Bear Ham. Yes. I'm not sure what you are talking about. Is that my name? Um, oh man. What do you think, Aaron? How are these supposed to work? Have you tried to play with these at all to figure them out? Because they just do not fit anywhere. Do you use some YouTube playlist for the Halo background music? I do. I made one. Do you want me to give it to you? I think I have it public. I just sort of assembled it. Let me actually turn that on because you're right. I have no music going. There we go. It's just to announce my presence. Oh yeah, gotcha. I've heard people have called me all sorts of combinations of Billy and stuff like that. Here's the most ridiculous of all of them, and I'm telling you this, trusting you won't use it. My cousin used to call me Dildo Faggins, which is of course a slur, so so don't use it, but that was what he used to call me. That was the worst of them, but they're usually, oh, what the heck, that's not supposed to be a Samus, Aaron. I was about to send my playlist in here. Hold on, where's my playlist? Okay, alright, YouTube, come on. Which is just like, because he got from William to Bill to get to Bilbo, and then he just went from there. But let's see, where is my playlist? William's Halo, no, not my multiplayer playlist. So I've got a playlist that I play whenever I play the game, and it's very different. And then my Halo streaming music is all Halo music. So let's see if I can, where's the share button on here? Play all. No description. They don't have a share button for your playlists? Or am I missing it? Add videos, add to all, collaborate, playlist settings, delete playlist. Wait, is it? Oh, it's set to private. That's probably why. I'll just set to unlisted. Now it's got a share button. Cool. Because it's not my music, I just leave it as unlisted. Here we go. I will drop it into this chat, and then I'm also going to drop it into all helmets this season, with the exception of Minikite are horrendous. Yeah, I don't know about that. I like a few of them. I think this one that I sent that looks like Samus, it looks kind of goofy, but I think it could look good with very the goofy armors, they end up looking good with very specific combinations. So like even the really weird ones can look good if you put like the right color on them and they put on the right, rest of your armor core. But like that means they're limited and they shouldn't maybe have gone that route, and they should have gone with a different look. But yeah, like I was saying before in a previous stream, they're trying to recycle the Halo 5 armor, which means it's technically part of the technical debt that they talk about. That they always try to recycle older art into the newest Halo, and yeah, I think they're just struggling at that. Like this is probably useful. Probably not super useful. It's got a very specific cut on this edge. It's got to be up against a flat something, maybe another panel, another one of these. But not like you can't like just put another railing there, right? Well, first off, these angles apparently are not at 45 degrees or whatever. So maybe you could. Apparently you can just put one of these here because it just fits right, just like that. Which might actually make it pretty cool. Oh, I can just snap it. What am I doing? There we go. It might actually be cool with the rails. Like I was saying, the rails might be usable if we're talking about finding out what kind of shape it becomes and then just going with it. Not something that's actually like we know is good, just something we find out is good. You know what I mean? Like that's an interesting weird shape. I don't know if I want to use it in this particular map anywhere, but it's like a little octagon. It would be cool to have this maybe in the middle of the map and make an octagon where people can fight. And by dividing it this way and putting like an entryway into the octagon, we can maybe make these side walls the same length as these angles. And then, yeah, you could end up with something that may be cool. You know? But the point is that, yeah, I want to put a platform up top over here. You're welcome. Let's see. I also have, like I said, I've got my playlist that I listen to whenever I'm playing Halo. And most of the songs I put in there because I actually, like, I used them because at first I liked them, and then I put them in there, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to put this in here so that I can, see, I was like, yeah, I think this one will fit Halo pretty well to where it gets you kind of pumped, you know what I mean, and like energetic to go. And then I just kept doing that over and over again until now I've got like this playlist. It's just a bunch of stuff that like it worked for Master Chief for the MCC, yeah, for Master Chief Collection. It wasn't like formulated for Halo Infinite, so it may not actually work for Halo Infinite. This guy will forge anything. Sure will. And basically what it does is it's mostly metal music. It's mostly music that I already liked, but it's stuff that like I like it. I put it into my playlist, and then I found that it like got me energized to like play Halo better, and it was working. Is this twisted? What? Did I align this wrong? Oh, I think I see what's going on. I did align it wrong. Because the magnet up there is not supposed to be the point. Okay. Alright, there we go. Let's see, forge me more ideas for trees. Ooh, See, here's the thing. You should be asking my wife, because I don't even remember the names of trees, usually. Like, I have to, like, be looking at a tree and then hear its name to remember its name. Yeah, see, like, this is not going to make a good loop. If I just, like, went over and, like, made an entryway, this could potentially become a good loop, like I did with the other one. But, like, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to select these two. My wife is the one who's into, who knows all the names of all the trees. Our kids are really obsessed with it, and I'm like, I can't tell you what that is, sorry. And they're like, what kind of tree is that? And I'm always like, ask your mom. Ask your mom. This is a good railing, though. I like this one a lot. And if you flip it up like this, it looks like it's a good substitute for the railing in Waterworks that will require fewer pieces, so whenever I go back and make hydrostatic, I might use these. But yeah, anyway. So, let's see. I only really know iconic ones. Yeah, I recognize the names of the ones in Minecraft. Yeah. When other people say them. I don't remember the names of them off the bat, necessarily. But I know, like, you know, the obvious ones, oak and pine, you know, those grow a lot around here. Do you have any, like, fruit trees? Like apple trees? And have you put fruit into them? You can make, like, orange trees and fruit, and apple trees and, like, lemon trees and stuff like that. Might be interesting. It would be crazy if you made them and then scripted them to drop the lemons out of the tree whenever you blow it up or something. It would be dumb, I think. Okay, so I'm thinking about the central structure, and I think I'm not going to be able to figure it out this way. I think I need to come up with something else, some other way of blocking it out. I was thinking that these railings, if I wanted to use them, I was going to have to figure out how to use them, like how to use them, and it's just like, they're so weird that, yeah, I don't understand why they're even in the game. Like, I honestly can't think of a reason why I'd even... If I were developing this game, these railings would be the surplus railings I toss into the game after I've established some proper rails. Like, I don't even think there's a purpose of devoting time to putting these into the game right away. unless you know that you're going to be adding more later, maybe. Which they did say they're trying to fill out the Forerunner, you know, object list. Everyone requested fruit trees, but I don't really want to do these, lol. Those, lol. Okay, well, what about, I know you don't have any, do they have already, is the reason you haven't done, like, what do you call it? Like coconut trees, like palm trees, is the reason you haven't done palm trees because there isn't appropriate, items in the game that you can use to build one? Or is it because they already have one? Because I forget if they already have one or not. Flora. Well, you might be able to do pine trees with this. Not pine trees, what am I talking about? Sneeze coming on. Excuse me. Oh, we have palm trees already. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, palm trees are in here. Sorry about that. I figured that was why. That I forgot about that one. Where are the trees? I want to see what they have. Maple sapling small. Do they not actually have a maple tree? Because they've got maple saplings. Maroon, moss patch. Natural grass. Did I skip any trees? Needle shrub, orange flower. Red ground. Cover plants, red grass. Or reed grass, my bad. Silverweed plant. Tall plant. I don't even know where the trees are. Did I skip them all, or were they... Aside from the saplings, I don't see... Let's see. I was trying to make a maple tree, but trees that require specific colors, in this case red, are hard to do. Gotcha. So bushes, floor... Are the bushes... Like, that's not where they have trees, right? Trees. Here we go. There's a whole tree section. Fir trees and palm trees. I gotcha. This one's probably used by people for flood tentacle things. Let's see. More fir. Large dead. Large. Oh, larch. Larch. I misread that. Subalpine fir. Interesting. So they really just have fir, larch, and palm. And palm. Yeah, okay. Alright. That's interesting. Let's see. See, it also why cherry blossom is one of my least favorite trees next to my swamp one. Yeah, it's because you had to recolor. I'm thinking of redoing my swamp one. Gotcha. That would be cool. So, if you, oh, you know how I could do it? I think I know how I'm gonna come up with my shape in the middle. I'm gonna make a shape out of columns, out of Forerunner structural columns and things like that. And we're gonna take a look at what we've got. We've got things like this that we can use. It kind of looks like a light, and they do have some lights that are actually like this. Let's see. So I'll have to go into lights as well, and they've got these as well. And making a sort of pyramid-looking thing in a desert would be like an obvious, like pyramid implied, using like negative space. Basically just, you know, imply the pyramid with these sorts of things, but not actually do it. The kind of thing that they did like in the Halo 3 maps back in the day. Like Sand Trap, which sort of implies pyramids, but then allows you to go inside of them by not making the massive solid stone objects with just tiny little rooms inside. Okay, so I really like this one. I would actually connect itself visually to this because I put it there. It kind of give you this you know, if I used it in some way, but I don't have to use it the way I used it over there. I can use it more like, I'm not sure yet, but the point is that, yeah, I can use it like, I was thinking like a brace for platforms. And actually, if I did this as a brace for platforms and then made it like float from something like this, and with energy beams coming out of these lights, then I do believe that would be a pretty cool structure in the middle. And it would give you a reason to have to want to man cannon up onto it. And then I'd have stuff around it, like and underneath it, that would be like, you know, difficult terrain, maybe more Forerunner structure, and things like that. The question is, do I want to scale this in any way? Like if I go real big, that would be kind of ridiculous. That's what you do whenever it's like something outside of your map, and you just want it to look a certain way. I think I'm just going to keep these at their current scale because they're already a really decent scale for something like this. Which I think I did in Waterworks, actually. These are actually a really good scale for what they look like, in my opinion. Because they, yeah, good height, all that stuff. Anyway, if we, for example... Well, let's say we did do the octagon thing with these. These aren't actually lined up anymore properly because I didn't slide them over with the mouse and keyboard. I slid them over with the joystick. So they're not going to be perfect. But let's say we put something like this in the middle. And then what we did was we turned this by 45 degrees. Nope, not 45. It won't work that way. I mean, if I did it here. No, that doesn't look good either because the angles are wrong. Yeah, these railings are just bad. Maybe if I just lined it up with the side rail here. It's not a perfect... Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Yeah, these rails are like useless. Now it's right. Weird. I was thinking of okay. Swamp One I made at launch week. Let's see. I was thinking of redoing it from mangrove tree style to bald cypress tree style. That would be cool. I vaguely know what those are. Let me... Bald cypress. Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't think you can do red leaves, right? That's what you're just saying. Because this tree looks kind of cool. I mean, I know it's like, you know, probably a seasonal thing. But yeah. With your style of using terrain pieces, would you... I mean, I know I sent you to this like 2 days ago. Or yesterday or something. Whenever you were asking me in chat. Would you be able to do something like a weird kind of tree like this kind that grows like these like fin-like roots? Since you can just like, you know, stretch the terrain in a weird way. I am in the wrong chat. Please don't autoplay some random video. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Most likely, yeah. I was thinking of redoing it from mangrove tree style to bald cypress tree. Because that would be cool. I would definitely like that. Okay, so if I had something like this, and then I had like towers like this, and I had them... Ooh, nope, that's not what I wanted. And I had them at, you know, the same angle. There we go. Is that right? No, other way. Or yes? I don't know. If I had it the same angle, like this, and I put them down here, I could have a beam going up to the middle structure, make it like a floating platform. And then, so then I'd have the ability to use these columns down low as part of a lower structure or something to that effect, which I like the idea of that. And let's see, most likely, yeah, and it'll have the fluff on it you usually see on swamps, trees. But I don't know what I'd use for that, used for that. Yeah, gotcha. That would be, that'd be moss, right? What is that? My brain is not going. It's not working for that right now. That is, yeah. We had those around, you know, trees in my backyard and stuff like that growing up. Decals, effects, gameplay, Halo design set, especially down by the lake, behind other people's backyards. We had people across the street from us, and we'd hang out with them all the time, like kids across the street. And behind their house was like this path that went between two houses over to a lake, and they sort of like owned like a bit of that lake because everybody around the lake owned it. It was energy that I'm looking for. Why is it not displaying an example? Well, I know I like this one. I think it's the longest one you can get. Oh, geez. It's part of the prefab. Dang. Okay, well, we'll go back in here. Oh, wait. It's working now. Energy barriers. We don't need those. Energy spiral in. Spiral out. Okay. Light beams that are orange. Which I know you can recolor a lot of these. Plasma energy. But they're... Which beam did I use? I thought I used one that was naturally blue. Maybe I didn't. I might have used one of these beams and recolored it blue. Yeah, I think I did that. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to select this. I'm going to remove this thing from the prefab. And put the rest back in. And duplicate it. Yeah, it flashed orange for a second there. I must have recolored it. Okay, I don't know, you'd have to go through the foliage list. It'll have a fluff on it you usually see in swamps. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's very cool, but it's also like... That is one thing. If you can do anything with those kinds of colors, you know, color options, then one interesting idea would be to make them in different seasons. You know? I need to go back to object. That might be one way of doing it. Moss isn't gonna work because color. Yeah. This thing definitely has snapping points. There it is. But yeah. Okay, so I want to see what... No. Okay, this is at negative... Where's the rotation? Negative 121. Let's do that then. 121. Confirm. Okay, it's like a dried green. Okay, moss isn't going to work because of color. It's like a dried green bordering gray color. Yeah, exactly. I, for some reason, cannot think of the word for that kind of moss, even though, like, it was literally in my backyard. So, like, yeah, there we go. Something to this effect. These sort of brackets here off on the sides are really cool looking from just in general, but being able to connect them to an object makes them even cooler. Are you able to check real quick so I can get a reference? Oh, sure. Oh, it's not in my backyard right now. It was in my backyard growing up. If that's what you mean, like go looking at a real one. But I can Google real quick. Let's see. Wish I could find the name, remember the name of it, because we had a specific name for it that wasn't just moss. Bearded moss, something like that. I feel like it had something to do with beards because we used to joke about it being like tree beard. I'm just being dumb. I'm sure my wife might be even watching the stream going, oh my god, you know this. Let's see. Okay. Spanish moss. That's what it's called. But we had another name for it. Spanish moss up close. See if we can get a good up close image of it. So here is a really good couple of pictures of it. Here's one really up close. that I'm going to put into chat, into the Discord. And you can see that. I know YouTube's going to block me putting it into the actual chat, I'm pretty sure. But there you go. I mean, in-game foliage. Oh, I see what you mean. You want me to check out the in-game foliage and see if we have anything similar. Let's see. FX. Biomes. Let's see. We've got, in here, we've got some bushes that I don't know would come out right. I mean, you're the expert, so maybe if you stretch these correctly, they're very green by comparison. Not quite gray enough. I think people would just think they were leaves in the tree. These are all very green. Finding something that's actually gray is the hard part. What's this? This could work. Desert flower. It's more of a tan, but contrasted to like some green might actually work. Here's a 5x5. This is the smallest one. Let's see if we scale it up. If you... Here, I'll go put it in the willow. I still have that placed over there. It'll be in flora. I'm not good at this because I'm not the expert who does the trees. But... if you were to put these in, you could attempt something to this effect. I don't know. This is not great because I'm not the expert of this. And I'm going snapping by 45 degrees, or by a degree of some kind. What is it I'm doing? 15 degrees. So I'm not like getting perfect angles or anything, but I don't know. It's got these bulbs at the end, very wheat looking, and I have no idea if that is good enough. Looks more khaki than gray. I bet you could do something that looks way better than that nonsense I just did. Let's see, here's some green, green, green. Let's see, this is dry grass. No, it's just it's like little sticks of grass, like actual regular looking grass, but turned. Let's see, it's red grass, which is kind of a pink, like a grayish pink, but I don't think it would work here, unfortunately. So if you wanted to do that, ooh, what's that? Interesting. Those are really cool. Ah, this is green and kind of gray. No, it's red. It's unfortunately the green part that looks very gray. It's like very slightly green, but it's mostly gray. It's like a sickly gray. Theoretically, that'd be the Inaka shrub, in case you're wondering. Ivy patch. Here is some lavender flowers. Those are cool. Interesting. Some mushrooms. Natural... What is this? Yeah, natural grass tail. Not really thick enough. Whoops. Lost my place. Natural grass tail. Not quite like, you know, tight enough. You'd probably have to put a lot of these next to each other to make these work. And they are a little bit green, but then a little bit like khaki instead of gray. Beige, if you will. I was casting a shadow onto this one. Nope. Like my monitor was actually casting a shadow enough to make that whole thing look dark. Mushrooms. Oh, these are some interesting mushrooms. Red ground clover plants. Or cover plants, not clover. Regrass. Short natural shrubs. These are also green. Tall pale plants, okay. They're kind of too leafy. They don't look like moss. They're a little bit green-gray. They're kind of close enough to the right color. So you maybe you'll use them if you like stretch them in a weird way to make them not look like leaves, but look like something else. Then you could theoretically try something. I think that if you do use something like that, yeah, that's all of those in this folder. If there's anything in any other folders, that would be something else. But like, for example, if you use something like this, right, you could theoretically stretch it horizontally, and hopefully that makes all the leaves look much longer and more like stringy. No. Yeah, I don't know about that. If you like combined two of them together, then the leaves would look a little bit different, a little bit more tangly. And you could, no, that's not gonna work. Yeah. I'm going to defer to your expertise on this one, because, this just looks like leaves. to me. I think maybe a combination of those and these might work. Or something to that effect, and these are the desert flowers, if you recall. So, something like that. Tomato bush is most definitely not a weed plant. Wait, what? Was there a tomato? Do they have a tomato bush that they in here that they name weed of some kind? Weed patch? Scale them tall ways. Okay, let me find them again and scale them up. I went and deleted the things, but you're right. That kind of looks like vines, actually. Of some kind, like dripping vines, hanging vines. But the leaves aren't too bad. This might work. Like whenever you go to put it into the tree, you could cover it in a bunch of these and then it would kind of look like it. Especially at distance. Like if you got really close and looked at it, you go, those are leaves. You know what I mean? But if you just put a bunch of stuff like this in there, yeah, I could see this looking good. Yeah, it looks about right. I could see that. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to delete them. Yeah. Now check the desert one. Okay, let me go back to that. It'll be in the D section. Desert flower. Flip that over. Stretch it really long. Whoop. What the heck? There we go. Stretch it really long. Yeah, I think the more that's in there, the more you can tell it's khaki instead of like green and gray. So I can tell it looks a little bit off, having grown up around it. So yeah, I think the desert one is a no-go because it's just too beige, you know. Let's see. Yeah, I think if you did these, you'd have to do something weird with them to make them work that I'm not really partial to. Like scaling them up a little differently so that they get thicker. And then, because they're very thin too. That's another problem with them. So they're very thin. So from the ground you can barely even see them, whereas the moss kind of just takes over everything. Okay. Just experimenting with plants. Yeah. What do you think? I think the other one looks better. Once it's scaled tall. The, I need to stop deleting them. What were they called? Tall pale plant, that's it. And you actually have one one other benefit to this one is you have one that's just one tall pale plant, like a little tiny tuft of it, and then so you're not stuck with the 5s, with the 5x5 as your smallest option, which with these you are. So you may be able to combine them. That may just make the beige look more beige. But maybe that looks fine. Because the thing about the moss is that it dies, but then it becomes like it turns gray whenever it's like dying or whatever. And then what it does is it becomes something to cling to for the green like living portions or whatever. So it actually like sort of becomes more structure for the younger ones to live on. Something like that. I forget exactly how that works. It may not be dead, but it goes into like a state where it's basically just structure for the younger ones to live on or whatever. But yeah, Discord. Oh, you sent me something in Discord. Oh, Ocom did too. Oh, okay. He was just asking, like he asked in chat. Yeah, that would be really cool. That is a good one. Wonder if I can put that. Oh, open in browser. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, there it goes. It apparently was opening. There we go. And that one would be great. That looks really cool. I guess some of these routes might actually be able to be done with cables stretched. Like those ones that are like the fins, they're like really tall fins. Like this one's fins are so close together that there's almost like no gap between them. But like the ones with like the... Did I just close the wrong thing? I just closed Discord thinking it was an internet tab. Anyway, you could theoretically do, like let's say you go in and you just place a cable. Let's see, not biomes, but in here, wires, is that it? Which one's the snaky one? There we go. And then you like scale it up. It could theoretically become, I think the snaky bit is just warping too much. Maybe not. Maybe that won't work. Or if it does, maybe what the heck? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Maybe it would be one of these that are more flat. And you could do... It would just stick out too much. You couldn't just like do that, yeah. No, I just use rock, misc first, terrain pillar. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's probably for the best. That cable idea, no good, no good. I don't even know who suggested it. I don't know. They don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. Try that one. See if you can quick shape it. The rock you're talking about. The misc. Let's see, rock, misc, first, terrain, pillar. Okay. Let's see, biomes, rocks, where is that? Alpine misc, there it is, rocks, mist, first terrain, tip, pillar, this one here, and you can just like, so you do it like that? To create stuff, that is a good one, it feels a lot like a tree. It's got like a barky kind of texture whenever you scale it down. It doesn't look like rock anymore, it looks like bark. And you could theoretically like duplicate it and rotate. Oop. Well, that's fine, but that's not what I meant to do. Rotate this way. And like do like blades of stuff. Yeah, that didn't go to the angle I was intending, so let's see. What is this one? Granite column. Eroded terrain. The eroded terrain is stuff that I should have probably used more in Waterworks. There's some stuff, some places I probably could have used this. Maybe I can still use it in hydrostatic in some way. But instead I used rocks and stuff like that, and I think that like there was a place that I can think of that could have used this. Okay, so here's your curve. So there you go. Eroded terrain, if you do it right. Oh, well, wait. I didn't realize it was creating a blade in the middle. Hold on, let me try a different direction to scale it. Something more like this, maybe. will give you a curving, you know, route going down. Yeah, that was better. And then you just go down and you can be like, yeah, we're on world, so we can just rotate it this way. Obviously, this is going to be a huge one if you did it at this scale. I'm kind of putting them together at a very awkward point and making them huge, but yeah. Yeah, you could do something like this. You'd, of course, vary their scales and their angles and stuff like that to make them not look like the same piece over and over again. Maybe flip them around to go the other way around. Like, completely turn it around like that, and maybe make it like a downward curve. Oh, look at that one. You've got over curves and under curves ready to go with this piece. This would work. Let's see, now put wood distressed on it. Patch it. Patches live. Research your game. Oh yeah, yeah. Usually the what do you call it? The Forge servers take a couple minutes to update. But you're saying now put wood distressed on it. I'll do that, and then I'm going to save it and do that and switch it. Let's see, wood distressed. Where's that? UNSC. Nope. Wood distressed. So that's how you. This is how you basically do it. There's only one texture because this is intricate, and now I understand why your trees come out looking so nice. I don't know which one you'd go with. Probably more of a grayish. Well, no, that one's kind of more kind of a good red, good brown. And actually, the trunk changes color as you go up, and that would be really cool to emulate in yours. It's like a deep brown near the bottom where it's like wet from the swamp water, you know. But then you go up higher, and it gets more like beige, more khaki. Let's see. Like it becomes almost. I don't know what color to go with. I'm no good at the. Oh, you'd probably have to pick one and then adjust its percentage. Honestly, the base color isn't bad, but I wish I could like change its percentage to become a little bit more rich. So I think that if I went with a, I'm gonna have to restart with the patch, like you said. Like if I went with like this and then toned it down, that's a little weird color because it's like we'll see. Let's see if I go out and go back in, tone this down to go closer to the original brown. Nope, that's just weird. I don't know. You're the expert on these, but almost looks good here. And obviously it's way too big. It'll look much nicer whenever it's smaller. But anyway, patch live, restart your game. Yes. Save. Quit. Go to the patch. We're gonna need that. Let's see. Exit to desktop. Let's see. Hopefully they have updated. What do you call it? The there it is. Starting download. While we do that, let's Halo OST. Oh, OCOM. Hey, OCOM. If you're still here, don't just slap this into your stream. And actually, I think I've actually been messing up because I don't know that I think I might have lost this. But whenever you slap music from Halo in there, where is it that I can think of? I've got a link to it somewhere. I think it might be on my YouTube. There's a thing. Hold on. My own stream is showing up for me. That's because I clicked into one of my streams once to see if it was working correctly. So now it's like, oh, you're a fan of this guy. Yeah, here you go. Okay, your channel. Yeah, I don't think I have it here. My D&D supplements are on here. Wow, look at that. That's one way to support the channel. Some of these are free. Most of them are free. This one's pay what you want. You can literally put whichever you want into these. But anyway, these have all been on sale like perpetually, it seems. Even though it's just opting into the sale that's on the website. Anyway, that's not what I want to go to. Trying to find... Is it in the about? Yeah, it should have been in here, but I probably haven't. I just haven't added to YouTube yet. I had it on Twitch, I think. Let me switch back so I can see if you guys are saying anything. Far Cry 5 getting remastered? Really? I never got to play that one. Well, partly remastered because it's just an update. Interesting. Like just a graphical update. Where is my... Is it in the about? Somewhere I have it set up. And I don't remember where anymore. But, okay, there's a website, basically. Microsoft, let's see. Fair use, maybe it was. Music license. Microsoft created let's see. No, not Microsoft Video Editor. Let's see. Xbox Game Music Fair Use License. I think it was the Fair Use. I think that's what they call it. But anyway, there's a Fair Use in Gaming Content. So there's a basically Microsoft specifically made a page. You can find it. I'm not sure where it is, but Microsoft made a page that you can link to that you're supposed to include in the description of your videos or in your channel or whatever, that says, that links you to it, and it just says, yeah, if you're playing a music from one of our games and it's and your stream or video is related to one of our games in any way, then you can go ahead and use our music, even for criticism or anything like that. They're perfectly happy with that. Critical Role, Sean Dubs. Sean Dubs has done like nothing Halo in quite a while. The banking crisis just got worse. He's got like, he's doing news. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, the game's back up. It's done updating, so I'm booting it. Let's see, graphic, okay. Well, partly remastered because it's just an update. Graphics and FPS for consoles, probably. Gotcha. So it's mostly just ported in a way, but then it's been like updated to modern machines running the same game at the best they can, is essentially what that sounds like. Yeah, I unsubbed from Sean Dubb a while ago when he said he won't do Halo much anymore. Yeah, whenever he said that, I was like, I guess I'll see where this goes. And then he started doing AI art stuff, and I was like, okay, bud, that's a little weird. By the way, that is the one thing I was considering AI art might be cool for, is like fan fiction content. Because you're using more of like, yeah, it would be pulling from artists you shouldn't be using from. So it's still very iffy. But you're also not making money off it, and most importantly, most of it is pulling from the video game you're making a fan fiction of, right? So unless you like go and completely restructure the art style by picking some other art style and pushing it in that direction, then you'd be very I don't know, it becomes more of a morally gray area instead of a morally bad area. AI art is fine if you need a quick reference for something. Yes, I think that AI art is great for reference. Like if I was making, working on my game right now, I am making a game, but if I was working on it right this second, what I would do is I might pull up an AI art program and then run some ideas through it until I find what looks like, something that I'm going for. I have some 3D models I was already making, so I might even put those 3D models, like take screenshots of them and put them into the programs and be like, make this, but give me some ideas on how I could color this, for example, or what textures I can add to this. Give me some ideas on how I could evolve this, basically. But also, like, just some raw concept arts would be pretty okay. But then you'd also potentially be running into a copyright claim problem, because if it goes the way that I think it's going to end up going, is that this is going to become a copyright issue. That's going to be pretty major. Where, yeah. The point is, though, that the situation... Yeah, okay, so these are pretty good, by the way. The eroded terrain D1, if you scale them flat in one direction, you get an outward curve, and then also, if you flip it around, an inward curve. And they're just right for, like, angling it to be like a real... Look at that. It goes inward and then goes back down outward. Like, this is such a perfect root-looking piece, you know what I mean? And this one goes outward and then down. Like this is... Yeah, I think this is what you should use for your roots. That's my you know, with my little bit of, you know, experience with making trees out of these things. But yeah. But you are the expert, so you go for it. Go do whatever you need to do. So basically, man, I like the way that shadow looks. Anyway, so what I was thinking was, if I'm planning on doing like audio logs for the campaign missions I'm planning to make eventually, right? Whenever we have AI in the game, I'm going to make campaign missions. So whenever we get to that point, it would be cool to, I think, to have, like, specifically one of the bots, one of the AIs that, like, does audio for, it is like voice, that I could, like, make George's voice sound like George in the audio log. Excuse me. But also, like, I could theoretically make, for example, get some, like, you know, some art from the games, like grab a bunch of screenshots from the campaign of Reach, and then make it, like, and then some screenshots of my map. Like, I could make a map that is an environment, it's an environment, put that into it, and make it, like, mishmash it, you know, into an actual scene. Or make it, maybe just, I don't know, maybe just make an image of George in a pose, and then put that, superimpose that onto the map, a screenshot of the map from that I've made for the campaign, and then end up making a, you know, an effective, like, screenshot to put into, like, an image to put into the audio log. I'm like dying here. I should have gotten a glass of water before I started, apparently. Okay, so this one is not the right, it is the right angle. That's weird. It's 120 minus 121. So, why does it feel like it's the wrong angle? Is it just my imagination? I don't know. Anyway, something like this with a floating platform in the middle as like a control area for this whole region would be cool. Let's see. I don't have this other one set up correctly, but basically it'd be something like this going into the middle as well. No, it wouldn't. It'd have to be there, roughly. And that would be basically what it would be like. I would need to put it to where it doesn't completely collide with the Oni structures. Which means I'd make it smaller. Which makes sense. I mean, this is huge. Like, this is an entire, like, arena up here. But, I think that if I take this and I rotate it there, and oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I did not want to move that down, I just realized. Let's see. Put this over here in front of that one, in front of that beam, roughly, to make a sort of octagon shape or something to that effect. I think some kind of combination of hexes underneath it would be good. Like hex columns. I think I need to move this platform with all the starting stuff on it. Because, and honestly, I really, one thing I messed up pretty badly in is that I have not been sorting this at all. I need, like, the gameplay folder. And also the modes folder. And I need to move them. Everything else here is kind of like, don't really need to worry about it, you know? Okay, can I just go straight up then? Kind of stuck here hitting things. Willow series just got canceled. Oh, wait, you're not making Willow trees? Or are you saying that I just got canceled because I was talking about AI art? Michael Latona, I'm here. Cool. How's... that's disappointing. Okay, well, stream died. Did it? Oh, jeez. Maybe I did get canceled. Maybe I came back. Okay, what's going on here? Having to deal with these dynamic objects. It's just, oof. What am I hitting? Like, this is it, right? What else do I have selected? It's just the stuff in these folders. Ugh. Why is it so janky? What am I hitting? That's so... Okay, let's go up so high we're just straight above the map, and then we'll just not worry about it. I need to move the initial spawn locations so that I've got them in a place that will actually spawn me into the map, and that's it. This is Eagle, I believe. It's my team. Gameplay, team, neutral. Wait. Okay. Weird. Let's go back down to the ground level. Let's see. Yes. Oh, but yes, Willow series didn't get renewed for season 2. Oh man. It was actually really good. I mean, I enjoyed it anyway. I mean, I know it wasn't that good, but I also really enjoyed it, so. I feel like that was a mistake on their part. Okay, let's see. We're gonna put this on the roof, because I can just like hop off and go whichever direction from up here. And then we can put some vehicles or something underneath it, so I can very quickly get around the map if I need to. So this one probably. Oh, this. The other ones, if it ended up spawning me in on one of those, I don't know what to do except for to just fall. You know, I'll just fall to my death. Okay, so this will work right here. Make sure it's nice and on the ground. All right, there we go. Let's see. Okay, but yeah, if you do want to use the Halo music, you've got to get the rights from, not like you basically just have to include that somewhere in your stream, and apparently I don't have that set up, and I need to, because I had it set up somewhere and I don't know where it was. But yeah. Okay, so we're gonna finally probably delete this platform at this point. I'm gonna put the brute chopper over here, as opposed to what, the grunt chopper. Let's see, that'll go there. Is a good one, so I can get around the map easier. These will go away. We'll finally see the middle for what it really is, a barren wasteland. Okay, so basically I need to get these in a good place. And what I was thinking was having a door here out of this base that you can just go straight out. That's really unfortunate news, though. I liked Willow. Where you just go out this way and you can get into the area in the middle, but like I'm thinking we're going to, like I said, I'm gonna go in here. We're gonna go to accents. We're gonna go to Forerunner. Where is Forerunner? It's in the F section. I probably just passed it. I went right past it. It's right there. Okay, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna get our totem ring. Oh, these. Yeah, these are cool. Everyone puts them on their desert maps because they match the terrain, but I think that since everyone does it, I shouldn't. These are really cool columns. I like these a lot. Why won't it go down to the ground? Because I'm pressing the wrong button, that's why. Okay, here we go. So something like this would be really cool in the structure because I just like this shape, but I don't think that we're going to go with that one right this second. What is ramp cover, by the way? It's like... Oh, is it like whenever you've got a ramp coming up, you put these on the sides of that ramp? Or is it just cover that is a ramp? That's probably all that means by ramp cover. The supports are what I was saying I was going to build this off of, which I definitely was thinking. If I wanted to imply pyramid, this would be a good one to use. It also, by the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but if you take this and you go, yeah, I'm going to have 3 of these, and I'm gonna put them all in a circle. Look at this. I've got the Ascension you know, piece from Halo 3, or from Halo 2 really, but hold on. Let's do this. It wasn't Halo 3. And then of course you need to scale it in because it's way too wide. But there you go. There's your Ascension piece right there. But if you don't scale them, you could even make it, you could animate them to move and actually go around in a circle. GTG in a minute. Oh, okay. I think it's everyone else is actually coming in right now. Let's see. But yeah, there you go. There's your Ascension deal. But yeah, so we've got... I may not go with the hovering platform. I may go with like supported platform because I do like these supports. They all look so good that I might want to use them. What would be interesting is using these as a support at some point. I'm not sure how, but like if you scaled it up, maybe? That's not what I meant to do. If you like scaled it up and then like made it an archway coming out of the ground, you can make some cool stuff. Anyway, used in a way that it's not intended for, though. Like, if you use it like this, that would make a really cool support, and I believe maybe pathable. Yes. Something you could go all the way to the top of. That's a cool one. Ooh. I don't know if I like that. It's, you don't fall in. I mean, I could definitely hide that by putting a panel, like a glass panel over it. And just be like, yeah, no, there's glass. That's why you can't fall in. Yeah, that's why the collision box is not efficient. Is not correct. Let's see. Okay, so cool. You can like walk on that too. Is this different than there? Yeah. Okay. There's at least a bump there as you climb up onto that. But yeah, so this would be a kind of cool one. And actually, you know what? You know what this kind of reminds me of? I'm gonna pull up a picture real quick. Let's see. Halo CE beam tower. Let me pull that up real quick. You'll see what I'm talking about here. So the beam towers, if I can get a good angle of it, of one of them, that'll show what I'm talking about. They've got this. That's kind of small. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to all sizes. Let's see, extra large. Let's pull up a picture that's extra large so I know it's got the detail that we need. Here's an image. This'll work. View image. Boom. Here we go. Okay. So they've got like these divots here. This does not appear to be an official one. Is this an official one? This doesn't look right. Who made this? Oh, download free 3D model that someone made. Okay, okay. That was not a real one. It had the right angle though, so that's why I was kind of... Probably because it's a 3D model, they're trying to display it, whereas these are like... Okay, I'm just going to go to this one. Here we go. Is this actually... Wait. This is another one. This is Halo 5, isn't it? Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm wasting time here. But, finding a good angle on these where it's not looking up at it, so where you can actually see what's on the platform there. Here's one from Master Chief Collection, but it's the remake. But anyway, they've got that thing where you go around there, and they've got these angles, these slopes, and all this kind of stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff you'd be creating with this kind of thing. Anyway, it seems like a waste of time. Seemed like it was kind of boring to do that, but let's see. The point is that, yeah, something like that would be kind of cool. It would also be cool to do like a ribbed structure that's like a bunch of these in a row. You know what I mean? And like maybe like toward the bases, so that whenever you bust out your sniper rifle, right, and you're on one base and you're looking at the other one, you've got to like move back and forth between these ribs because your enemy can like use them as cover. Something to that effect would be really cool. Kind of looks like a rebel base from Star Wars. But anyway, on Hoth. Except those are round. Point is that this would be a kind of a cool structure to go with. We're just trying things, basically. This always looks like a sarcophagus to me. Every time I flip to it, I'm like, wow, Forerunner sarcophagus, look at that. This one's like flat and everything. What's the bottom look like? It's got that light on it. That's kind of cool. It's called a Forerunner podium. Large. These platforms are also really weird. And they're really hard to, like, how do you link these together? I don't know. We're going to, well, we might try to figure that out. I think I did that once with one piece. Where I was like, alright, cool. And I gave it a shot and I was like, these don't go together. And then I found out that, like, you had to, like, there was another one that goes really well with this one. Definitely gives off sarcophagus vibes. Yeah, exactly. See, it's telling me there's only, like, 2 people in chat. And I don't believe them because, like, it was a lot of people, and then like it just usually does that, and then it'll disappear, and it's like my link to YouTube like causes it to tell me there's like hardly anyone. I don't know, but the point is that and then someone will talk, and I'm like, yeah, there's definitely more people than it's telling me. But yeah, so like these two go together, and they link together, okay, and then this one I think links there, so you can link these together in a somewhat interesting manner, but like. Why though? Like, why are they such weird cuts? What are they, like, what is the purpose of that? This one, I can see a purpose because that shape could be the end of a platform and just be fine how it is, you know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean? Like, you could also do some things with this one where you could make it like, that looks like a column and make a very unique structure. So, like, my wife is telling me I need to go help her with something real quick. She needs help with something, so I think I need to pause it for a second. But yeah, the fact that they don't even connect on the bottom, haha, yeah, exactly, like, they don't connect down here, even whenever you connect them up here correctly, and it's just like, I don't understand them. Like, what is the point of them? What purpose does this serve? And you could, like, oh my god, the magnets don't even line up. Like, look at that. They're off on that piece. Like, I don't understand what purpose this is supposed to serve. As a forger, I'm just like baffled and confused. Realizing I have spent like no time in the Forerunner section on accents. Yeah, I spent a long time in there because I was making waterworks. Like, okay, that one and that one seem to have their heights correct, but this one is the one that's off. This one's magnets are wrong. So you'd have to, like, magnet into place and then move up, I guess? I don't know. And also that you can just make a flat, straight path. You know what I mean? All of this just so you can link these together and make it be seamless. And I understand what they were going for. I think I know what they were going for. They're trying to cut along their seams on their textures so that the texture continues or something in a more seamless way or something. I think. But I could be wrong there too because it looks like that's not even the case. They're slicing lines in half up here. Yeah, I don't even know. It's just like really weird. I don't understand the mentality that went into this. Forerunner platform. With plugs like these make sense, like these plugs, like they shape right, but like when I first saw these I thought they had done something really clever and like made them to where they were interchangeable in a sort of like angular way to where like you could put them in like this or like this, like it was some kind of like really intricate, well thought out shape, you know what I mean? But it's not, it's just like weird. At that point, you might as well just use one piece scaled because the texture's tile anyways. Exactly. And then on top of that, at that point, you might as well just like, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. I mean, I guess no, they're not even like mirrored of each other, so they aren't like the only mirrored pieces in the game. I mean, they kind of, no, they're not. I don't know what they were thinking with these. Like, I really, truly don't. And I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna end it there for that because I don't... I don't have any idea what to use these for. Like if I want that lip to be bare and just be there, you know what I mean? Like be a cool, good angle, then yes, I can agree with this. In fact, I almost feel like they'd be better as side rails, because they might clip better, like clip into each other better at corners if you get the right angle. Here we go. This would be a decent angle, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't even work. Yeah, no, I don't even know. I'm just at a loss every time I try and figure these out. Like, that almost works. You know what that would be good for? Destruction. If you're building a destroyed Forerunner building, you would put those there to be like, yeah, this is what the edges of their platforms look like. That's what they'd be good for. And that's all I can think of that they would be good for. Here's another column I can use, which is good. It's another support column. Did I already go through this section? No, I didn't. These are definitely pillars. Okay, yeah. What were these called? Forerunner support, and these are Forerunner pillar. Okay, what's the difference? I don't know, but that's fine. This is the classic pillar. It goes back to, I think, Halo 2. Or Halo 3, I mean, Forge. They looked different in Halo 3s, and they updated it to Halo Reach, and now this is basically the Reach one. True, or any scripting that makes it look like pieces move and come apart. Yeah, that's true too. You can make some cool scripts there. That would make sense. Especially like platforms that rise up and then go into position or something like that, yeah. This pedestal is pretty cool and useful. These machinery covers are cool. The light bridge, I love light bridges, so I'm probably going to, I would love to incorporate a light bridge. In fact, I was thinking about maybe incorporating light bridge here, but I couldn't think of why a Forerunner structure would generate a light bridge over to an Oni building, so that didn't make any sense. So I was like, nah, that doesn't make it, unless I make it to where the Oni is reverse engineering the light bridge, which is what I was kind of doing with this grav lift anyway. So if I put like a like some wires going into it and stuff like that, making it look like it was like, you know, being altered, being converted into an Oni you know, object. It has to be I can't change its scale. It has to be this size, because I've got to because of the you know, the building has to come up out of the ground, so it has to rise out of the ground later, so we're gonna leave it like that. So we've got that tiny little pillar, but these are like huge supports that can be used for a lot of different things. In fact, what would this look like if it came out of that, as if they were one structure? Really badass, that's what it would look like. I like that a lot. I might have to change scales on these to make this really work. Because, like, these three are huge, right? But if I go to bring it out, if I go to make a column actually come out of it that looks like this, it would be kind of, it'd be even bigger. The structure would be gigantic. It'd just be really cool to maybe have like a, yeah, I need to get mid, and then make it to where you can actually come up this ramp and go after this middle area. And then you can like jump down on top of people, stuff like that. That kind of defeats the purpose of the Oni base coming up, though, because one of the things about the Oni base was that the Oni base structure was that you one of the purposes of it is that it gains you access to the upper part of this Forerunner structure without having to go through an intricate number of like layers of things, you know. So maybe if I did this, I would raise them up more, which actually gives them more detail down here, so that's kind of cool. So that it's too high to clamber. Yeah. I may even make it even higher by making it come out of like a little cliff ledge here, you know. And by making it to where it's too high to clamber, then you could still get up there and use it, but you'd have to use a grapple shot or a repulsor, so you're using an equipment to actually gain access to it. But what the building will do is it'll have spawn points inside of it for your team and have a way of getting up there without those kinds of equipment. So you could use a different equipment up there. You could go up here quickly and not have to use those. So yeah, I'm thinking that might be what I do, but I need to make sure that I position this in a way that it fits with the Oni structure. So I actually might end up making the fins go this way instead. Because actually, the middle structure, I wanted this thing in the middle to block field of view between the two bases pretty heavily. So you'll be able to go from rooftop to rooftop right now, and there'll just be some columns in the way, and that'll make sense, but you won't be able to see their base directly. And then this one, though, you'll be able to see through. You'll be able to see the ground floor over on the opposite side. Obviously, the other fins on the opposite side are going to kind of block that a bit. Let's try this and see where that goes, what that looks like. If I put some fins over here, and they would be like this-ish, I believe, if I'm eyeballing this correctly, based on that platform and this platform. I might be wrong there. But anyway, if you look across from here, very full, looking almost pyramid-shaped. Look across from here, rib cage, you know what I mean? And you can see through to snipe people out of their vehicles as they're making their way around, like their warthogs. Because their warthog will come down this ramp and go this way, and over there it'll come down the ramp and go that way. So like you could theoretically, and people trying to get into their base, they'll be like going back toward their base in the warthog, and they'll get behind the building. You're like, oh shit, and then you'll get ready and you'll snipe them, you know. And then that base, of course, will raise up. You know, their Oni base will raise up over there and block your view there. But and that's creating a sort of, you know, barrier in the middle. Over time, by the strategy mode. So I'm kind of liking this. And I think that this with, let's see, random question, are those visible zones down just for visual laying everything out, or is there another reason? Yes, those are for laying things out. I have a Spartan here, and I snapped a attrition dodgeball overtime zone, not overtime, but overtime, zone to him, and I set this radius to roughly good assault rifle radius, which is I think at 30 or something, maybe 50. Something like that, and then this is at like 100 or something like that, which is sniper at basic zoom, and then this is like sniper at you know, extended zoom. These are like the ideal maximum of each of these weapons ranges, and I'm using that to sort of guide, you know. And I created this for myself as a prefab, this old guy, and oh, I de-prefabbed him. The one over here is probably re-prefabbed. It's probably still fully prefabbed. Yeah. And basically, yeah, so I can just go ahead and place one somewhere and be like, yeah, what would someone down here be able to shoot? You know? Like, what would they be good at? Well, they'd be good at sniping just about both bases. So I know that's a good sniper point, potentially. But it's also a hotbed point, because they're going to be spawning fusion coils here as part of the game mode. And part of the map's weird built-in game mode structure thing. I'm going to make this into just a big team battle map, and also our fancy game mode map, by the way. Up here, I can see what that range is. Pretty good. They would be able to, like if you go up to this, you'll be at just outside of ideal range to snipe to their base, so it's not a perfect spot, and you might want to make your way over to their side to counter their base if there's a way up to it from down here. But anyway. And that's the thing. Yeah, smart way of laying things out. Yeah, I like to think in terms of the sandbox while I'm going. You know what I mean? I think that if I did a floating platform like I was doing before with these hexes, I actually still like that. Having seen this rib cage, I just would rotate it and then maybe put it in there like this. You see what I mean? Like these columns and these columns are sort of interlaced. And like this part is floating, and then I could theoretically do a middle tier that's like connected to this, and then underneath that with like hex columns around that involve like the rib cage structure. That wouldn't be tall enough to sort of block your view from over here, you know? Nothing that would be too tall that would block your view from over here to do the thing we were talking about, but something that would be like little low hex columns that would kind of block your path and sort of corral you through these like little corridors down underneath the building, the structure, you know what I mean? In which case I won't be probably doing this one, but I could theoretically use beams of light coming out of that up to the bottom of the platform to sort of give you the idea that it's being, you know, held up by these rib cages. But yeah, unless it just would look better just as a platform connected to it, but we'll see. That'll also give me a good like shape to it, I think. And then, let's see. I think I have to use things like that, by the way. The reason that, like, that I came up with that in the first place with this kind of thing, is that I kind of have to use things like this because I art as I block out. Like, I blocked out a little bit. Like, I had an idea of things, and then I've got a lot of stuff in my head of what's going to go where, and it's like an idea vibe of, like, the flow of the terrain and stuff like that that I know I'm going to build later. And I'll probably shift that, and it's sort of, like, abstract, right? I also kind of like how the Oni building is catty corner, is, like, turned. Like, I was originally going to make it to where it's like the Oni base was like built there to be specifically built onto the Forerunner structure, but having the Forerunner structure being like these ribs kind of makes it to where it's like, well, yeah, but Oni couldn't build onto this. It's like this weird rib cage. Like, how would they even build onto this? So they just built it at an angle best they could, you know, in a way that allows this grav lift to launch itself up onto a bridge or something that's up here. Something to that effect, or an energy bridge to extend out of this piece. I haven't quite decided still, but yeah. So because I like to art as I go, oh, I do the same thing. I get so excited about making things look good that I forget I should probably lay out everything first. Yeah, and I feel like this makes... Every time I do this, it feels like a Halo map. Whenever I try to, like, you know, block out first, it feels like an over-designed, you know, just an overly designed, you know, arena map. But yeah, I don't know. So basically the way I've got this set up is going to be interesting because, like, you've got this big open area here, perfect for using your tank after you roll out of your little construction zone there. And over here is more like a warthog zone where it's more bumpy, you know, uneven terrain, you can get your way around and, like, get some jumps and some height and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. This is not just going to be flat in the end. I'm gonna add some more texture terrain sort of to it, but it's going to be a little bit more detailed in this perfectly flat area. But yeah, so that's going to be cool. I think that kind of helps, though, to have something like this to give you an idea of, like, okay, well, I'm building it out. Well, yeah, okay, I know that the distance is pretty good. Like, these are clearly not centered. If these were centered, then they would be kind of like if this rib cage was centered, it would be like in the middle of these two rings, because that guy isn't perfectly positioned opposite this guy, but it's really close. They'd be much close. These two pieces would be much closer to there. But anyway, I think I need to put an object in the middle of the map. I think I need to do that. I need to come in here. I need to grab a. I need to go. Whoops. No, out of that. Halo design set columns. Just a round one, and I need to set this location to 0, 0, because I need to know how to build this structure in the middle of this area. What am I doing up here? Size, transform, position. There we go. X is 0. And anyway, the point is that whenever I find that whenever I do, whenever I design as I go, I detail as I go, it feels more like a classic Halo map, rather than the over-designed modern Halo maps that they tend to make. And modern everyone's maps. Like, people have talked about, I've seen lots of YouTube videos being like, what happened to the iconic maps? Like, why are we not seeing new iconic maps show up that are so iconic that, like, everybody agrees that they love them? You know what I mean? And I suspect that part of it is the way they're making them. They're sterilizing the concept of the map. Oh, I don't have a middle. This was maybe a mistake on what I chose here, because I don't have a middle point to snap to. Yeah. I think I needed something other than this column. I need something else. Does this one have a middle? It does. Why is this? What's the round column C and D? That is their difference. Okay. So just keep that in mind if you're going to pick. I think they even both have 2 swatches. Nope. Okay. This one also only has 1 swatch. That's unhelpful for the other one. But okay. There's a lot of, like, little things like that, though, that are all over the place. Like, yes, it's more professional to block it out first. Obviously, that's the correct way to do it. But it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like a proper map. Okay, did I just somehow change the location by changing... Okay, what's going on now? Oh my god, its location isn't in the middle of the column. Okay, alright. Halo design says not what I'm going for. This is why apparently they have primitives for this. Okay, primitive cylinder. We'll do a Forerunner cylinder so that it feels right. And, yeah, we're gonna go in here. So it goes completely against all of what the professionals will tell you, but I think that it comes out with a more fun map. And fun is what I'm going for, not like professional, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want this... Why is this scale so slowly? Oh, because it's a dynamically changing one. See, I don't think I have ever fully blocked out a map first. Yeah, I tried it once, and I was like, I don't like this. It probably doesn't help that, like, Forge used to be where, like, the blocking it out was detailing it, sort of, because you didn't have the budget to do anything more detailed than just the basic. I might have to get going. My son is ready to be a lap baby. Baby on the laps. Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm gonna end soon because he's clearly being needy. But yeah, first I'm going. What the heck was that? That's not what I wanted. Why is it not undoing the scale? Oh, jeez. And then suddenly it does undo everything. What the heck? Okay. All right, I'm going to scale in here. Rotation object. Let's see. Where is it? Where is the scale? Rotation, position, size, Z, go 300. Alright. And now, I'm going to adjust on this direction. And I'm basically building a hex column. I just realized I could have just placed a hex column probably. I think they've got center points. I'm basically just using this, you know, Forerunner cylinder to make a hex column. Which isn't bad. It's a pretty cool looking hex column. It scales dynamically, so its texture is actually wrapped correctly and extends correctly. It has all these lines going through it that are really nice. That's the kind of thing that I'm like, why are there only so many of these pieces? Is it because the person who was supposed to do this ended up leaving? Or what's going on there? You know? And then I'm just going to put a Forerunner block in it, and I'm going to magnet it to the middle. Because this one's actually located at center. Oh boy. What's going on, buddy? Because this one scales, like you saw that. It scales in all directions. So its center point is its correct point. Now, it doesn't have a magnet. What the heck? I scaled it so big it doesn't have a magnet. Okay, we're going with the hex columns. Let's do that. Let's just go up to the hex columns because I just realized that that's the best idea. Okay, we're gonna go to okay, where are they? Hex pillar by really tall one. A basic hex pillar that's really tall and has a magnet in the middle. Okay. And we're gonna set its location to 0. Oh, not size. To 0 and 0. There we go. Now we can use this. And we'll just bring it up to the correct... that is not what we wanted to do. Do not magnet to anything. And then we're going to set this magnet to the center. Okay, surely this one can scale up in all directions a bit without losing its ability to magnet. There we go. So that one will be... That's our direction. Okay. That's all it took, you know, just a ton of stuff. That's all it took. Okay, so if we get our gap to like there, and we put this, it doesn't have a center. Are you serious? All this and this doesn't even have a centered magnet point. So like, yeah, I'm gonna have to make this as wide as that so I can get the corners to line up. Let's see. Oh wait, I want this one to be the one it uses. And it won't snap to there. What's going on? Why is it ignoring this? That's infuriating. Let me delete these. Make sure they're not messing with anything. I think this is probably what it was snapping to earlier. And then we just gotta... Oh, come on. Okay, well I can visually line it up the old-fashioned way. Because these are going to be so big that if they're just slightly off, it won't be actually a problem for this map, to be honest. It doesn't need to be a perfect mirror. And it doesn't even need to be the perfect height here. I just need to make it as close as I can. Nope, that was not right. Did not want to turn off that tool. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's perfect. That is as close to centered as we're going to get. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side with this one. And then we're going to go off these as our guide for the final version. Did I change height? Oh, I did. Okay, I got to snap to the height then. Come on now. There we go. Oh, wait, this one wants to snap to the cube. Are you kidding me? Oh, it won't snap to this one. Look at that. That is weird. Is it going to snap to these now? No. Okay, I don't understand it, but apparently this one's okay to snap to this side, but not that side. Oh, and now it's not doing there either. Oh, no, you know what it is. I did. Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. No, yeah, this one refuses to snap to that side. It'll only snap to this side. Does that have to do with angle? That's so weird. Anyway, I've got to find a way to get these the same height as one another. So it doesn't matter about snapping to that anymore. It matters about snapping to this piece. Oh, here we go. That'll work. Boom. And then we go back over here. And we turn off snapping. And then we'll manually adjust it into position. And if I make it roughly identical, then that will be as close as we're going to get. As close to Bailey's as we can get without getting our eyes wet. Okay, now you said, I don't think I have ever fully blocked out a map, though I do think it's good for generating bots in my Skyrim map. Detailing as I go has caused this geometry to be too complicated to make the Nav-mesh generate in some instances. I see. I can't be bothered with magnets. They drive me mad. Yeah, magnets can get really frustrating in this, to be honest. I fully agree. Okay. So that's kind of, you know, cool. Actually kind of almost like the idea of a column connecting the two. But yeah, it looks cool, but it's not what I was going for, so we're not going to end up doing that. But, yeah. Let's see. If I went and duplicated this, right? And then snapped it to there. Can I get it to snap? Oh, you know what? Oh, good. Wait. Yeah, that's aligned. Good, good, good. And then what I can do is I can move it to the right. How do you move it to the right, like in a fixed increment? Is there a way to like if I went and did this? Yeah, I think this will work. Right? No, that's going to be on the world units, I believe. I want to move it to the right a very specific number of units, and it's something that I've not had to do yet. I mostly have been snapping or doing this and like lining it up with something, but like if I wanted the gap to be the same between these two and then the two on the other side. You know what? I need to go with this. Huh. Ha ha ha. I got it. I got it. I know exactly what to do. I don't know exactly what to do. I need to line it up with... Okay, first of all, I need to get this out of the way. And did I put this inside of another one? Where's my original? No. This is where it would be if it was opposite that. Did I just delete the other ridge? No, I do have it inside of another one. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, there it is. Cool. Okay, so this is to... Huh, interesting. This is going to hit that and make it to where you can't get through the middle. Did I build the Oni base too close, or do I need to just make this smaller? I might just make this entire structure in the middle a little bit smaller. But, good question. Like, I like those shapes between there, and going between them would be really cool. But I like the Oni base's location for the map layout. Like it's kind of more opposite almost the tank rather than being opposite this. Like if I made it straight, make that angle and that angle across from one another, then I need to make them like almost the same angle, but the way it's located here is perfect for making a sort of bend kind of shape. I need to get going soon. Like I said, I got my son on screen and can't have him on there for too long in a stream. So I can actually clip into this building to some extent, but it would probably look awful, especially whenever it comes up. So I think that what I'll need to do is make the structure... One idea is have them not like this, you know? but be like this, and that might work. And then have it to where like Oni built their base in this in this like gap, and that would be pretty good. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if the stream died or anything. It looks like a lot of people are leaving, or the system's just lying to me again, like it does, where it suddenly says, "Oh yeah, no, there's no one watching you." In which case that would suck, but or well, I mean, it sucked to an extent, but anyway, I'm thinking that I'm gonna do something involving the, like I said, like this rather than like this, which might actually look more Forerunner anyway. So we'll see. If this is like this, I would expect there to be another structure coming out of it on one side or something like that. But anyway, yep. We're going to end the stream there, I think, for today. And instead, I'm going to work on this off stream, and you'll see how cool it looks in the end tomorrow. So, yeah, I'll catch you.